Hey, love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. And if you feel like the videos just give you a good vibe, hey, give a thumbs up and share. It'll be greatly appreciated. And, drop a line. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. And even if you've been with me and you've been supporting me this long, hey, chop it up with a sis. I would love the chance to hear from you again. And sending so many love, vibes, uplift, whatever you're needing, whatever you're going through to get to. I'm sending you so many, love and blessings, protection, calmness, peace, elevation, determination, persistency, consistency, all that many times fold, okay? Sending towards your way. And you keep going. Even if you take a pause for the cause, you go ahead. If you fall off that horse, you get right back on it stronger than you did when you fell off. Okay? Anybody who's coming in with nefarious vibes, tired of saying that. As soon as I said that, my ears start itching. Good God. I'm sending you, I'm blocking that and returning to sender. Everything is love guided, ultimately love guided, and very heavily protected. So anything that is trying to deter me from being the best version of myself, or you're doing something for your selfish needs, I'm sending that right back to you, except mine's going to be with peace and ultimate healing for you. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101, Understanding the Agents, Heyokas, Understanding the Agents of Growth. And this made me think about The Matrix. That is the movie. That's the go-to movie about anything. It's like Inception and all that other stuff. It's like when I tell you weird stuff like that, and then it's so different to me. I don't know about you, but it's like when there'll be different movies I'm guided to, and I'll watch it. Like the other day I was watching 2012, and I'm like, man, when I say this mess is like Bible to me, and it's speaking up so many different things that people want to shut down, people don't want to believe. And it's just like you tearing away from the Matrix. You're seeing all the different vibes, like, no, that's nefarious, or oh no, that's fraudulent, or oh no, that is just low vibrational, toxic, be one of those different moments. And these are the different things where it makes you think about that. When I go back and watch, and it's crazy, I didn't know that the Terminator was tied in to the Matrix. Like the Terminator is like the future of everything that was going on in the Matrix. As a sister, I didn't know it was a black queen that made these movies, but they be like, black folks can't know stuff like that. That's the vibe I got. I ain't saying they said that, but I'm just saying that's the vibe I got, because it was like, no, they didn't give me my creds. They didn't give me, this and this and that. When I tell you that woman took me down a rabbit hole, I did not know. So I'm giving her props, and I say I'm so sad. I do not remember that lady's name, but I'm giving her props, okay? But it's just thinking about it. You're understanding these are agents of growth. And when you're seeing it, like Neo's finding out about herself, you're in that I don't even know what kind of world you want to say that is. Like, God dog, I don't know, but it's like robotic, and then you get plugged in, which it is. 'Cause I always feel like we're on our own simulation anyway. Like you're in your own world, like you're conquering. You're like the one Jet Li, where you got all these different lives, you got these different personalities, you got these different talents and stuff like that. And you'll start noticing the more you're healing, you're letting go of the old for the new to come up in there, and being able to say, look, we all banding together to whatever we're supposed to be doing in the world, to be doing the possible. It's like the possible was chosen within you. You had to go through different things where you cracking codes, you're saving, saving yourself from your own case, whatever it is. It could be a substance case. It could be an unalive case. It could be something of self where you're discovering stuff in a whole new different vibe, and then you sit back. And it could be one of those emotional moments where you understand, it could be that point where this person abused me, this person stole from me, this person lied on me, this person defamated my character. But now it's like, if I didn't go through this, I would not have known the depths of who I really was. Not even recognizing the power that I had within, still in me, if I didn't go through all these heartache and pain and different consequences and subsequences and solutions and circumstances and all these different things into my life, where, you know, when I'm telling y'all, so many damn downloads is coming into me, and I hope I can make sense to somebody, but it was just like, hey, I'm making sense to myself, so that's all that matters to me. But I'm hoping people can really resonate, like, Roslynn, you really feeling me, because lately, well, it's been for a while, but lately people are really keying in, and it's like, let me know I'm not out there alone. I'm speaking on, you know, I'm using my platform to tell people you are not alone in your circumstances, your situation. You are not a victim of your circumstances and situations. You're going through this for you to be able to go through the worst. You may be going through homelessness. You may be going through financial struggle. You may be going through a divorce. You may have lost your children. You know, you got your family just attacking you and make you feel like you're by yourself. And it'll be those times where we're never alone. Even when we had to go through something to get to something, it's not going to always be that way for you. You had to be able to go through that to get to something. You're discovering yourself on a whole new level. And it's like all the different people that are in your life that going against you are like the Agent Smiths. You know, you're going through that, and you're finding yourself, you know, fighting and stuff like that. And then you're seeing glitches in the Matrix, like where you see the cat, like, wait a minute, whoa. Didn't I just see that car pass by? Or why am I seeing the same car? Like, you could be in traffic getting ready to go to work, or you coming home, and you could be on the phone talking to somebody through the speaker or whatever, and you starting to see the same kind of car, like in every line. Like, it's a WTF moment. Like, it was really screwing with your mind. Like, you have a D on your head, or you got a V on your head, and it's really getting screwed. You know, like, it's a mind screw. You know, so I'm just keeping that, you know, PG-13, so you can get what I'm putting down. It's like a mind screw. And these are the different things that's taking place, and you're understanding these are the agents of growth that you need. It's like every time you turn around, it's like if you have not watched Matrix, and you know, you may be the young folk, Gen Z, Gen V, whatever the heck y'all they calling y'all, them young folks. You need to go back and watch the Matrix. If you becoming woke and you ain't, that's the Bible that you need to be able to go through to be able to show you this is where true life imitating art, imitating life is really coming out at. And that's why all these movies is coming out with anyway. There, you know, stuff called Harbinger is coming out, the Devil Conspiracy, Pray for the Devil, you know, different stuff that's coming out. Living Dead, you know, Rise of the Living Dead. Well, I'm telling you, when I go watch these movies, and this to be especially people that I know that I connect with, I'm like, yo, you need to go watch this movie. Even Nefarious. It was just like when I heard the movie, the man was like, I don't believe in God. Shoot, I guarantee you by the end of this, you're going to be leaving in, you know, in 20 toenails that's on your foot. You know, you're going to be discovering a whole new different vibe. As it remind me of Emily Rose and what is it? Primal Fear. Them different daggone movies, you coming out where you have this one focused mind instead of allowing yourself to be broadened out. These are the different things where you had to go, and it was basically somebody being challenged with their, you know, even I'm like a person, I'm not religious because I feel like, and this is nothing against people that are choosing a religion, this is no disrespect towards you, this is just my opinion, this is how I feel. I feel like God is everything. Whether you deal with Allah, or you deal with Buddha, or you deal with Muslim, you deal with Pentecostal, you know, all these different things, I feel like that kind of shaves you off from being connected to everything. But there's no respect. Hey, you believe what you believe in, that's you. But to me, I'd rather be spiritual, because that means I'm connected with everything, and we are already connected to everything, but you have to be able to see it that way. But, you know, it'll be different people on their beliefs, and I understand that, I respect it. But there'll be so many different things that's going on where you understand you had to deal with these different agents. You had to be able to know you're Neo, Morpheus, and the Oracle. There's a lot of us that's going around there where you wrapped all into one. You know, you had to be that person where you have that Oracle vibe, but you had to, something had to trigger that, you know, because a lot of times we walking around in there, just like with me, mine was seen as a mental issue, or you can't be doing that, you're gonna hurt somebody, or you know, somebody's gonna be thinking you're a freak, or you know, you're gonna get locked up in an institution for the things you're talking about, because it'll be different things that I will speak on that I shouldn't know, or it'll be different things where they needed to keep it hush because that was gonna be telling the truth about a lot of stuff when it came to me. But it'll be different things now where I see where when I discovered what my trauma was, and this when I say I was very scarred, very emotionally, mentally scarred, but then it's just like when I see how much my growth, my ascension, my deliverance and all that, where God has kept me, going through different things, but it was getting me to get two things. It makes me feel like I'm blessed for me to be able to go through those things, because I've helped so many people, whether we're still connected or we're not, and I look back, and before it'd be different things where I've been helping people, and all of a sudden then I'll start being force fed their ego or their scars or whatever their belief was in low vibrations. But then it was just like, we're Heyokas. We're all walking mirrors. We're sitting up here. There'll be different things that you may have overcome, and you're being connected to somebody. And sometimes we can be in ourselves like, are you trying to say I'm still trapped to that? That fear comes out, and that's telling you right there you're still holding on to fear. Even these are the different things that you have healed from. We're bringing somebody towards you, because they're still wrapped up in that maze where they're trying to understand, how can I get up out of this? I'm repeating cycles. I can't forgive, or every time I try to let go of something, it comes back like a rash. It's going back through that, and you may have sacrificed yourself to be able to overcome something. You sacrifice the old self so you can be able to step in a new self. So it'll be different times you're dealing with people that still got ego stuff, or there may be something that's going to trigger you to let you know, okay, I'm gonna catapult this for so much, but why do I feel like I'm still, bringing in broken people? Or why do I feel like, I'm still going through, even when I heal from something, I'm still getting that same type of vibe energy from different situations, whether it's, homie, love, friend benefits, or, co-worker, friend, family, sibling, children, husband, wife, baby mama, baby dad. Why do I keep feeling these different things? And then you'll understand there may be something that is still in that there's probably, like if you wash the dish and there's still a little stuff you scraping off, then that means you got to go back in there. And that's what we're dealing with. So it's like when we're dealing with these things, you're dealing with multiple Agent Smiths and different vibes where it's saying, hey, this is not saying that you're still attached to this, but this person needed help. Or this is a thing where you're still in that, you're trying to find your way to Sesame Street. So we're bringing somebody in that, overcome something, and you're trying to figure out, why do I keep doing, you got that big why on your chest. It's like a scarlet letter to you, and they bringing somebody in there. You're having that Agent Smith that's coming in, and this is a part of your growth where it's telling you, hey, I went through this and this and that. And it's like y'all telling each other the same story. It's that different person, and it's just like you're mirroring that. So then you're understanding, oh, you brought this, oh my God, thank you. And it could be something that's triggering to where, why do they know more than me? Or why are they so more educated than I am about this? But I was so strong where I'm used to, teaching other people. Now I'm coming in. But we have to understand and be able to expect the unexpected. There's, where we be those people, you're the genius when you're saying, there's a lot of things that I still have not learned about myself. There's more I'm still learning about the world. There's more things I'm learning about me within my changes of myself. I'm stepping in a new me, a new frequency, a new vibe, a new entity, a new essence, a new vessel. We shed the old one. So we're bringing in teachers that's leveling you up to that next chapter where you don't even realize you in a level up vibe anyway. But when that level up vibe is there, it's feeling like you going through hell and not realizing you in the new. You separating from that old. And it'll be those different times where you got all these different Agent Smiths is coming in, and it's embodying you in a way, and you just feel like, oh my God, I'm on an emotional roller coaster. And then it'll be that time where God, universe, even your higher self, like, babe, bro, sis, man, hold up. You are in the midst of your season of opening up a portal about yourself, where you're the Oracle, you're the Morpheus, you're the Neo, and you ain't even got to pick a pill. You were that pill. You just had to figure out what side you were going on. Like, damn, shut your mouth and keep on talking type vibe. And you're understanding these are the agents of growth I had to be able to go through. These are the different things where I had to get knocked down so many times where I know I have the power to get back up. These is times where I feel like I'm fighting people, and it's just me fighting myself. It's like, you ain't got to worry about the different things that's going on, but it's up to you or whether you going to allow this to affect you. Like, man, look, I'm on my focus of growth. I'm on my focus of mastering. I'm on my focus of manifesting. What you got going on in here was actually a tool of where my thought train need to be. And I appreciate you bringing that, that destination of distraction towards me, that destination of thinking you're destroying something, because it just showed me exactly where, okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, all right, my focus is still back here. If I know I'm solid with God, if it's meant for me to get taken out at this time, there's nothing I can do. And it remind me, when I say I got chills the other day because I was watching scary TikTok, I said I had to alleviate the daggone crime TikTok because that mess is getting way too real for me, where it's pulling out a part of me that I already let go of. I said I'm not going to go back to watching anything that's going to pull back that old me. No, I'm not about to do it. But the dude was talking about, I forgot this guy, Muslim. I don't know if y'all ever watch Scary TikTok, and this guy, I don't know. I know he's Muslim. I don't know where he's from. I know he's from either, I don't know if he's Pakistan or something like that. But he be talking about some real stuff. I'm like, oh my God. But it was just like, and I think the family he was talking about was Lebanese. And no disrespect towards that, because I don't know their religion like that. Because I know there's people that I connect with that are soul family that are from Pakistan, Iraq, and Egypt and stuff like that. So it's like no disrespect towards that, because I don't know. I'm not saying this verbatim, but I'm thinking that's what he said was Lebanese, where they feel like your date. You pick your parents, well, that's pretty much all they say, but with everybody, but it's just like, your birth and your death. No matter what you can do, when God says you're dying that day, where you're unaliving that day, you're transitioning, there's nothing you can do. And it was just like the mom, mom's intuition, where you try to tell you, when mama tell you, hey, don't go here, I got this feeling like, don't do this, I'm losing sleep, I'm worried about you. I have 3 girls and I got 2 grandchildren, and it'll be those different times where you're just like, okay, you just like this feeling, because there'll be different times where I even sit up here and told my kids, oh, this is about to happen. You're like, Mom, how do you know? So I've been with this gift. You already know this. So you get with the program. Come on, catch up with me. And be those different times. And I tell them, you have kids, you'll understand why your parents are nosy, why they want to know your friends, why they want to know exactly where you at, when you go to the bathroom, when you eat, when you blow your nose, when you scratch your head. We want to know all that. And it's because we're trying to protect you. I know there'll be some people that are overbearing, but I'm talking about these parents that know. They've been out in these streets. They've been around the block. So they're trying to be able to, alleviate the issues that they went through, so you don't have to go through them too. But at that same time, I digress. We all have to allow you to learn. But there's, parents that care about you, don't really worry about you with those vibes. But it was like, she kept on trying to, like, okay, the mom, he was like, he graduated from high school, supposed to go on this trip to go to another country with a whole bunch of friends, and we're gonna be safe, got everything planned. And the mama wasn't hearing that, and she was like, he's like, Mom, can you make sure I got my alarm set, but I need you to wake me up. And it was like someone sitting right with her for days. And then it was just like, I'm gonna purposely make sure that I wake him up late enough to where he's gonna miss his flight. Because, in some places, you got to be there like 5 hours early. Like 2 days and $1 short early before you do that. So she's like, no, I'm going to wake you up on the second day. It's going to be on the third act. I ain't about to do it. So, and then next thing you know, she hears on the news, there was no survivors, this and this and that. And went in thinking you deviating something. And she went into the room and her son was already transpired. He left with a stroke. Now I'm just like, God, dog, I had chills and stuff like that. But it'll be different things like this is taking place. And all that stuff is going on. I got ADD and OCD, CPTSD. So all my stuff is all over the place. So I hope you'll be able to keep up. But, these downloads is coming in crazy. I'm like, hey, you need to talk about this. But there'll be different things that's taking place into your life, where you can be on that vibe, where, it's just like, I feel like the war is never ending. And it's not. It is, but it's not, because you're still learning, you're still growing. You had to be able to go through these things. And a lot of things on your growth of really knowing yourself, it always transpired with you either having addictions, you having some kind of strange hardship or trauma. If you done gone through, and I mean, I probably can count on one hand how many people I done met where they were like, Roz, I had supportive family. I never been through any kind of, hardship on the things that you talk about, and it just fascinates me with what you're saying. Not saying it in a good way, like, ooh, she went through some stuff like this, but it just fascinates me how you can use this as something, as a platform to make people more aware of what they're going through. They're not going through it by themselves, but I never had to go through this. It was just me ready to experience life in a whole spiritual well-being, where I'm changing it. And this is what we're going through, but a lot of people had to go through that, through some kind of shakeup into your life. Like you had to go through something and you woke up understanding your whole life was a lie, or this really truly happened to you, you weren't crazy, or this was, it could be something very, very hardship. And that was like a spiritual glitch right there. So I already know that's what it is. But you're going through all these different things where you're really learning about yourself, you're knowing about yourself, and you're understanding when you can really get to that vibe. And it's a beautiful, like, very important, whatever that word is, not important, but it's, potent, whatever it is. It's something on a higher level, you know what I'm saying? On a higher level where you can really sit back and be like, whoa, this is mind blowing. And when you're at that level, when I'm telling you the vibe, but if you ever watched the movie, it was about, like, it was at that vibe where, it was that one where everybody do the Matrix and all them agents was like, pew, pew, pick a chicken choo choo, one of those things, you can't say that, what it is actually, but you know what I'm talking about, that he just dodged all of them. You're at that vibe. Or when he was even fighting, it got to that point where he's fist fighting and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you just start seeing him doing this and he ain't even looking, and he just, and he like, Agent Smith like, how are you able to protect this and I'm not even looking? You're going to become so skilled. This is going to be like a nap to you when you go through it. But then it'll be at that point where you're in that emotional consciousness of oneness within yourself. Like Neo, you'll start seeing, there ain't no choice on me taking the red pill or the blue pill. I'm the ultimate pill of myself, to where I didn't have to make the choice. I am the choice. You trying to get to your power, you are your power. As soon as I said that, 1111 popped up. You're going through these different things where you're going through a growth process of a catapult of ascension you never thought you were going to have to be able to face. And these are the different things where you're seeing stuff where you're going to understand, if I didn't go through this, I wouldn't really know what I was stumbling upon. If I didn't have haters, if I didn't have people breathing fear and defeat into my life, making jokes about me that I would never achieve this, or my dreams are too big, it will let me know. Are you worried about what people say in the street? Or you believe in what God tells you? You believe in what your intuition is telling you, what your higher self is saying? Like, hey, you really got something here. Or do you think you went through this just to be going through it? You think God was just picking on you, saying, I wanted you to go through some kind of neglect, some kind of abuse, some kind of domestic, situation just to be going through it? Like, okay, I'm gonna put you through this ultimate stuff and just have you just out there in some kind of way. There was a mission for you, especially if you were that person that you survived it. You may not have had that mindset like you had last time, but these would be the spiritual beast vibes that you had to have. Like, look, I'll overcome this. You don't know how many battles I faced. You don't know how many chapters of my life I didn't read about. You don't know how many days I sat here and cried when I told everybody I was okay. You don't know how many times I stood strong, and when I got home, when I got behind closed doors, I broke down. There'll be times I didn't want to live anymore. There'll be times I didn't want to breathe no more, or I felt like God didn't like me, or I did not like God, or just wanted to take back, why I signed this up for this. And then it get to that point where you see in life, you are really benefiting off of what was sent to destroy you. how much you have achieved and overcome from all the possible setbacks, all the impulse decisions, because things just got too hard to where you felt like, let me go ahead and ask this person, when God sat up here and told you, hey, don't ask that person, don't eat this, don't do that, don't say that, don't spit this, don't poop this, don't F that, don't do that. And then you end up doing it, and you're seeing behind the lessons behind that, and you're learning from that. Even sometimes you have to repeat those cycles just for you to really get the hardcore, because that means it ain't saying that you slow or you really touched in the head or something like that where, dag, I'm stupid. No, you're not. You just been in that survival mode for so long, and existing mode for so long. We're telling you, we need you to experience life and live it. They're telling you, bro, sis, and I know this may hit somebody because it hit me. This is at a time where you need to live in life. You have been in survival mode for so long, in existence for so long, and low vibrational and toxicity for so long. You are willing to give up that, you sacrificing where you have no other choice. There's some people, they're okay and they live like that for years and they're okay with that. But you weren't meant for that. You had to go through this for a certain period of time, and to where even when you had the different, context clues and cliff notes, it was telling you to hang that mess up a long time ago. God used something that snatched you up out of it and saying, look, I don't know how many languages and how many different times and how many people I sent towards you to hang this up, and you still didn't do it. So this is what I'm going to do. Maybe sometimes it had to take for you to be incarcerated. Maybe sometimes it had to have an ultimate near-death experience to where you probably paralyzed or you can't see. Something like that. Till you walking around, you become miracles of miracles. Okay? You could have been that one that was janky. My mom used to call me that girl. Every time I turn around, there's something bad happening around you. And then end up being, that jinx end up being a blessing in some kind of way. There have been so many times there have been times where I've been set up to where I shouldn't even be here no more, and I'm still here living to tell it. Not about it being boasting or thinking I'm bigger and better than nobody, but it allows me to know you have a power that you didn't tap into yet, or you didn't realize you had, because there'll be different times we can sit here and feel sorry for ourselves all the time and saying, why did I have to go through this? Why do I have to, and it'll be in that way where you don't even realize you're victimizing your own self. And it's not saying that you ain't got no entitlement to sit up here and say that. Be in those times where you get to the point where you so fed up and say, I'm not going to allow this to beat me. You go straight into beast mode. I'm not going to allow this to beat me. I've had to go through things that it was too close for comfort on what was being snatched. And it was at that point where, if it was something that I had to, God tell me, let this go. If it come back to you, then it is. You can't control everything. You can't hold on to everybody. You can't be everybody. You giving out love to everybody, but you ain't giving it to yourself. There'll be those different times where you had to go through that, where you start being selfish with yourself. I gave out love that wasn't appreciated, so let me take myself back and give all that extra love to me and seeing what I can do with it. And then when you started noticing that, you start putting up barriers on, I'm that sacred vessel you just not going to be able to tap into. If you ain't on that same vibe as me, and if it's going to make me take me down a notch, baby, it's just not meant for me to do that. And when I tell you no, it means no. I shouldn't have to explain to you why something making me uncomfortable, or why I didn't call you back, or why I didn't text you, or hell, why I ain't even answer my door. I just didn't feel like it. It'd be sometimes, it'd be people I can speak to on a daily and say, hey, even right now, I'm not really people-y right now. It'll be those times where it's telling me to go ahead and take a, make a video or something like that, or I'll respond to my comments and stuff, but it'll be on the one-on-one sessions. I got my people that watch this, and please don't take offense. They be like, Roslynn, you ain't even got to tell me that, but it's just, I'll give that reminder. If I don't, there's nothing wrong. You'll know if it's meant to, but it'll be just time I pull back. It's time for me to, I can give out different stuff, and I love when I can give out encouraging stuff, because it'll wake me up in some kind of way where I needed to see something just because somebody came at me in that way. and it'll be something so beautiful and so loving. And it'll be different times where if I see something, I was so used to collecting red flags. Now it's just like, you on that 2-second mark with me. That 2 chance mark, because I already know nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So we're going to have different times where we may bump heads. And I'll be like, okay, that woke me to something. And I'm going to still, I'm going to make peace with that, but I'm going to still keep my eye on that. And if it became something that happened again, that's when I'm just like, nah, because I've had where I gave too many chances out to where, oh, that was just taking advantage. Or people, that was just being an habitual offender with that mess. And it'll be those times. And that's what happened when I started placing love into myself. Like, no. Now it's just the fact is, you can start seeing where that epitome of no, I just can't. I don't even want to put a word to that. But that'll be something I know I was too familiar with. Now it's time for me to get familiar with something that's very healthy, that's very loving, worth loving towards myself, and it's going to take me to that next level. But also, I'm going to still be having those Agent Smiths that's bringing in to where that's a blessing in some kind of sky. That's some silver lining. Even when we go through some stuff like that, that's a silver lining of a blessing that is in disguise. We're like, oh, you think it's a blessing to go through something toxic or go through something that's narcissistic? It's for you to be able to know that. So when that, you can be able to end something before it begins. Like, oh, you got them narcissistic personality disorders. Oh, you a sociopath. You a psychopath. You a Satanist or whatever you want to call yourself. That'll be some vibes I'm just not trying to click with. It was like misery love company, baby. Ain't about to RSVP that. Like, it may be enough time, no, and not that time too. I'm going to go ahead and give you an early check-in. Just don't invite me. Don't even call me. Because that ain't about to happen. Because I already see what this vibe is, and I'm not, there's something that's going on with that party, and that's a party of one, and I just can't do it. But you're going through all these different things, and you're going to be at that point where when you got to the point, if you ever watched that movie, please, and if you have not watched it, I know there was just like, there's so many different ones that just got crazy with it, but I'm talking about the first one, the first couple of two. I sound like that one, I think went all the way to where Jada Pinkett was going in and said, love my sister from another Mr. Earthly Angel, Aaliyah, she was supposed to be in, but Nona Gay played her, and it was still, she still did a beautiful job. But I think that was the last one I seen when it came to Jada Pinkett playing in that one. But those are the different things was taking place. But when you're doing it, you're going to see more of yourself in that, because there's something very special about you. And they picked you, and you be thinking out of the blue, why did this happen? It wasn't nothing out of the blue. You were just plugged in for a long time. Now it's like, oh, we got to unplug them. They done lived that experience. Now they really need to know about themselves on another level. But we need to do this in a very traumatizing way. So you're learning more about yourself. And they're going to get to that point where all the things you're going through and all the things you felt is going to be to that point where it's going to be taking a little nap. That's how it's going to be with you, because even when you're dealing with some certain things that's going to be very heavy with you, you're going to know exactly how to respond to it, because you have gone all the different things you have gone through before. You'll be having different things that was really just shot out for you, or just like that, and it'll be at that point where even where you feel yourself about to go there, that's letting you know you're in the element of healing. Even when you can feel yourself going there, like, nah, let me not go there, because I already know God got me. This is something I had to be able to understand. You don't have control over that. The only thing you have control over is how your mind goes, what you focus on, where you allow your energy to go with, what you allow to come into your vessel. Are you protecting yourself? Are you keeping shielded? Are you allowing your boundaries to stay up, keeping that boundary up? Even when you want to take it down, there's something that tells you that are you listening to your gut? Are you moving through intuitive? Are you moving through your spiritual growth? Are you doing that? And when you're doing that, you're going to realize all of these things, everything that they had their own separate thing. You're going to take the red pill or the blue pill. You want to go to left, right, sideways, or, topsy-turvy. Or you're going to go talk to the oracle. Or you're going to talk to, I forgot the girl that Neo Poe's been with. Or Morpheus or the Oracle, and you come to find out, even though there's parts of us that's the Agent Smith, we the whole goddamn crew of the movie. And when you're going through that, you're gonna be like, it's gonna be an aha moment, and you're gonna understand why you went through what you went through. So thank you for watching the videos. Much love to you. I want to give post notification shout out to my sister from another minister, Miss Dragon Queen Tara O. I forgot the numbers behind that. I'm like, oh, sorry, but I know I dropped on my last video. I gave her link and stuff like that to show love and support towards her. You know, she's gaining her following and stuff like that. She does tarot and is very beautiful, and she has amazing energy. You know, please stop by there and see her. Darian, much love to you. What is it? Calacia, much love to you as well. And Miss Linda from New Orleans, the New Orleans gardener, much love to you as well. She got some beautiful plants. I don't know what kind of fertilizer. I remember her saying what it was, but she got some beautiful flowers. And her link is also in my different videos as well. The most recent one, I'll send a link towards that as well, and showing support. And Ledge of the Great, I think I said that right. I apologize if I didn't, because I'm just doing everything verbatim. I mean, just off the top of my head, so I really haven't read anything off of that. So I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend, or a blessed, prosperous week. You know, all those different things. Please be safe. You know, even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, all those things really take somebody a long way. And just because you're doing it for positive intent, it's going to take you even further. So much love. I say shalom. God bless. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam, all those different things. Much love to you. Peace.